Bellatrix restaurant is located in the Classic Club, which is located on the Classic Club Boulevard, just off the I-10 freeway at the Cook Street exit, specializing in the freshest ingredients that our chef Gerard can source, and mostly from the local area. And we serve lunch, happy hour, as well as dinner. If you're looking to pair your meal with a fantastic wine, we have a quite large selection of different vintages and wines from all over the world to choose from. And if you're looking for something a little bit on the lighter side, we have a great happy hour, a little bit lighter fare with fantastic cocktails and local craft beers. And if you're looking for something a little bit on the larger side, we can accommodate parties of any size here at Bellatrix. So if you want to check our website, classicclubgolf.com, you can look for future events such as wine dinners for anything happening throughout the year. And today we're going to have Chef Gerard prepare one of our specialty dishes here at Bellatrix.
Hi, my name is Gerard, and I'm the executive chef here at Bellatrix Restaurant at the Classic Club. Today we're going to do one of our signature dinner dishes, which is an avocado puree with blackened sea bass and a fresh blueberry macedon. We're going to start the dish by cooking the quinoa, because that's going to take the longest to put together for the dish. So we're going to heat the pan up over medium-high heat for a couple of minutes. Add a little bit of olive oil. About a quarter teaspoon of garlic, half teaspoon of shallots, and 1 bay leaf. And we're going to saute that until it's golden brown. Let me tell you a little bit about the dish. It's a very unique combination of ingredients. We have some avocado, some blueberries, blackened sea bass, which is pretty unique because sea bass is pretty flavorful in its own, but we're trying to take it to another level. And once the dish comes together, the avocado, the blackening spice, and the sweetness of the blueberries, which we'll get to later, marries the dish pretty well. So as you can see, our pan's starting to warm up here. We're gonna move around our garlic and shallots. We'll give that another minute, and I'm gonna come over to this pan, and I'm gonna start heating this up because we're gonna blacken the sea bass on this pan, and it needs to get pretty hot so the seasoning blackens onto the fish. So these are starting to turn golden brown, so I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of white wine. Let that reduce by about half, which shouldn't take too long. What we're going to do is a combination of olive oil and butter on the blackening seasoning. It adds a little texture to the dish as well as some flavor from the butter. You want to be careful not to brown or blacken the butter, so put the olive oil in first, heat that up, then add the butter to it. So back to our tricolor quinoa. The wine's reduced. We're going to add about 1/2 cup of quinoa. Stir that all in. And we'll add equal parts of fish stock. Quinoa kicks really quick, so I'm just going to let that come to a boil. I'm going to cover it and let it steep. And it should be perfect when we come back to it. So as you can see, the pan's getting hot. The olive oil's pretty well smoking here. So we're gonna add a little chunk of butter. Blacken both sides of our sea bass. No need to salt and pepper because the blackening spice has plenty of that in it. Now when I cook any type of fish, I always cook the skin side up because you present the non-skin side up. So you wanna make sure that that gets a nice crust on it and it looks really good. So if you make any mistakes, you can always flip the bottom side, hide any mistakes. Looks good. I'm going to finish this with a little bit of salt and pepper. You don't want to rush the sea bass, but you don't want to get it too black, too hot either. So every once in a while, just kind of give it a look underneath and see how we're doing. It's looking good. Here I have the avocado puree, which we talked about earlier for the dish. This was simply made by taking a whole puree or whole avocado, cleaning it, taking the pit out of it, and blending it with just a touch of cream and salt and pepper. Can't be done too far ahead of time or it'll oxidize and turn brown. So it's kind of something that needs to be done pretty close to the time that you're going to use it for service. Also on the dish is a blueberry macedon, which we're going to use fresh blueberries and a little bit of honey. We're going to fork crush them, and that's going to top the dish to finish it off. So the tricolor quinoa looks like it's just about ready, so I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to cover it with a lid to let it steep and finish cooking. And while I'm doing that, I am going to get the water boiling for the vegetables for the dish. Today we're gonna use some purple cauliflower, broccolini, and baby carrots. So while we're waiting for that to heat up, we're gonna make the blueberry macedon. Very simple, some fresh blueberries, and just a touch of honey. And what we're gonna do with that is we're just gonna take a fork and just fork mash them. That looks like it's good. They don't need to be completely crushed, just to get the effect of some of the broken open blueberries. So to finish the dish, we start off by putting a thin layer of the avocado puree on the bottom of the plate, spreading that out. Try to bring it out almost to the edge as much as you can, because when you put the tricolor quinoa in the center, you want to make sure that some of the avocado shows through the around the edges. Make sure you pull the bay leaf out. You don't want to use that. We're going to top it with our beautiful piece of sea bass. And then we're going to top this with our blueberry macedon. Now, the only thing left to do is to garnish this with some of the vegetables. And that's pretty simple. I'm just going to dip them in the hot water, toss them with some butter and a little bit of salt and pepper. We'll be good. Like I say, vegetable choice is completely up to you. I like using seasonal stuff. I like things that have a lot of color in them. As you can tell, we have bright orange, we have green, we have purple. So put together with the dish, it really makes it pop visually. So these are done. I'm just gonna take another little chunk of our butter here, not too much. Throw it in a bowl with some salt and pepper. And we'll take our veggies out and toss them into the butter and salt pepper mixture and finish the plate. Just toss that up a little bit. And then we'll just set these around. And there you have the signature sea bass dish at Bellatrix restaurant. Avocado puree, blackened sea bass, and fresh blueberry macedon with seasonal vegetables.
So the next time you're thinking of a fantastic dinner, a casual lunch, or a gathering at our happy hour, think of us here at Bellatrix at the Classic Club.